Hey everybody, it's Kenny K here, and I wanted to talk to you about Hellhouse LLC Lineage, directed by Stephen Cognetti. Gets a 4.5 on IMDb and it gets a 3.5 from me. It's such a letdown, and it's. I'm a big fan of the Hellhouse series. I personally think that the first Hell House it's in my personal top 10 favorites, the first one. And I think that in a lot of found footage fans, it's in their top 20 at least, or it's in it. If you see best found footage movies, you're gonna see Hell House LLC. Um, the fourth one, the Carmichael Manor, which is Origins, is actually a pleasant surprise and creeped me out because you have this big mansion with three people, these sleuths who are amateur investigators, and they thought it was gonna be just cake, but it's more than just a bite of cake. I mean, and then part two and three have their good moments in them. A lot of people prefer part two over part three, and some prefer part three over part two. I'm not sure. I liked part two for there were good moments in part two, but bad moments also. And then in part three, you had good moments, but bad moments too. So, um, generally, the movies are fairly good, okay? And what they all had this continuity um, thing going on. There's a lot of lore going into this series. When I saw the teaser trailer of Lineage, personally I thought, okay, the only thing I saw was like the clown, the famous clown that Cornetti is so fond about. He uses him a lot, and he's standing in a cornfield. And I thought, oh, this is gonna be a movie about the carnival that was behind the Abaddon Hotel, and Andrew Tully is luring kids into the maze that was behind the Abaddon Hotel, and they disappeared. And if you know a little, listen, if you want to see Lineage, you have to see all of the four movies. But for some reason, it doesn't really give you a lot about the carnival. It's there's not a lot about the carnival. It gives you more of the Carmichael Manor and Lake of Fire, part three and part four, because you have Vanessa Shepard. The actress name is Elizabeth Vermillier. Yeah, she is the fly on the wall reporter, the behind of the scenes reporter in Lake of Fire for part three. But she survives at the end because of Russell Thorne being an angel sent by God to close the gates of hell. But eventually, hell wins because, and that we see in Lineage, because when the hotel burns down, Abaddon, this town of Abaddon, basically everybody's cursed. They all have some kind of lineage towards this hotel. Like, for example, in part four, you have these, you have this uh, brother and sister Patrick, and I'm not sure what the other. You got a few actors that come back, like the entire Carmichael Manor Origins, Hell House movie. All these actors, they came back, and Vanessa Shepard, and that's that's the only actors that came back. And I remember the brother had an accident, and he had a broken arm, and the sister was dead, you know, on impact. A bunch of booze hounds on a pickup truck, you know, full contact on a swirly road, and they died. Now, everybody on that pickup truck was cursed, and everybody who was kind of connected to that person was cursed, and the entire lineage of these guys, they were cursed, and they would die. And you have these, like I said, the biggest mistake they did was it's not a found footage movie. It's a conventional movie, and Cognetti tried that with a movie called what was it, 124 something Park Lane. I'm not sure what the numbers were, but Park Lane. And I saw the movie, and after 15-20 minutes, I stopped the movie. It isn't for, it wasn't for me. And Cognetti should have. He says it's his last movie of Hell House. He should have ended it with a found footage movie. It's not, and it was badly acted, really amateur. Uh, That hence the found footage. I think it would have been better acted in a found footage format. Vanessa Shepard, who comes back, she's as monotone in her voice as possible. She's like, "Oh yes, I had a nightmare, and it's about this clown that comes to kill me." And then she sees at some point she's lying in her bed, and a door opens, and this red ball comes in the room, which is supposed to be a clown's nose or something, or a clown's ball. And it's a creepy moment, and she crawls from the bed and looks, and she sees these big ass clown shoes. Then she sees the clown coming on the bed, and then the clown coming, peeping from the bed towards her, and that's a creepy shot. But she acts like, ah, ah. She's so. Oh, the acting was bad, and he had a few creepy moments, like that moment, and there's also a moment when there's this guy, and that was the carnival ground. The movie starts with that, when this guy is closing everything up for the night, the carnival, and he sees in a booth a bunch of money, and he goes into the booth, and he sees this clown sitting in the corner. The clown we all know and love. Some people hate him because some people think he's repetitive, but I think it's Cornetti's Jason Voorhees. It's Cornetti's Art the Clown. It's his villain. You know what I mean? And in that way, I understand they used him. It's his villain. It's his Michael Myers, so to speak. That scene had a cool, creepy scene when he's holding the lighter up, and like in the first Halloween movie, when Jamie Lee Curtis is standing there, and out of the dark, this white pale mask comes out. Here you had the same thing going on. This white pale clown's head comes out of the dark, and the guy feels it breathing on his neck, and that was creepy. That was creepy. And then you hear him yelling, but you don't see anything. So there were a few creepy moments, but then there's this moment with a guy that I just didn't know who the hell he was. He's not, as far as I know, in the previous movies. And he also gets the clown ball, and everybody who gets the ball is gonna die by the hands of one of these clowns. So he picks up a hammer. He's upstairs, and he looks downstairs, and in the beginning of the stairs there's a fucking clown staring at him. Now, if I was that guy, I would have get out of Dodge. I would call the cops. I would get the hell out of Dodge. or I would go downstairs and ram the fucking hammer in the fucking clown's face, in your face. No, what does he do? He's like, oh, okay, nice clown. And he just passes him by, hears him coming towards him, and even then he just doesn't look at him until the very end, until he you see the hand coming toward the screen. So stupid characters, cardboard characters, the and the acting was even Vanessa Shepard was better in Lake of Fire, that actress, than in this movie. She's like PTSD, Vanessa Shepard, and she's like I said, super monotone, and she's always the same. She's like drugged or something, so I'm guessing she takes pills, but and she sees the clown everywhere, and then she says to the clown like this, "Fuck off," and then she just walks. Yeah, it's not a good movie. It's really not a good movie, it's like the movie didn't know what to do with her with the Vanessa Shepard character. She owns a bar now, and she's hanging on that bar like a fucking drunk. She's lying there like this when it's open, and I don't know what the hell is she doing there. I mean, and then they go and then she goes to the Carmichael Manor, and we see the Carmichael family, and then we see the two sleuths of that were killed in the Carmichael Origins movie, that they said they heard something, and she's standing there, Vanessa. Uh, it's basically it's almost like the entire town, with the destruction of the Abaddon Hotel, the town of Abaddon. Everybody in the town is cursed. A lot of people that went into the Abaddon Hotel are cursed. Like in the third movie, you have this play, Insomnia, and two of these members already committed suicide. So they're cursed. And again, you have some creepy moments in there, some jump scares, but the movie, it's there, then it's there, then it's there, and I couldn't get beyond. Then you have this private detective who I don't know, who is she, what she's doing there. She wants to go to the because she thinks if she destroys the Carmichael Manor, it will all end. And how does she know this? She doesn't explain. She goes to a priest, Father David or something, and he also is somebody we don't know. It's without any explanation. And this movie ends in a weird way, and it's the last movie. He said it himself, Cognetti. It was such a letdown. I was really jealous for people who had screeners and could watch this a few months earlier, and then but then there were people saying, oh, it was actually the people who had the screener, oh, it was actually not a bad movie, but they also liked the movie that Park Lane that Cognetti did. And yeah, if you like that movie, you're gonna like this movie. It's pretentious as fuck, and it's a a found footage franchise, and the last movie is a conventional movie all around the place. What I thought it was gonna be it's gonna be a movie about the carnival, you know, that's the last thing they can explain. The carnival behind the Abaddon Hotel, and the maze that was just on the behind just behind the Abaddon Hotel, and Andrew Tully, luring kids into the maze and they disappeared. That was what I thought this movie is gonna be. Because one of the sleuths in the fourth one, you see it ending with the Margot, one of the sleuths, being a younger child. She's at the carnival, and you see the clown that kills her basically at the end of the Carmine. So sorry for spoiling that, but I'm not gonna spoil this one if you still want to see this one. But it has a weird ending. Uh, there's a clown behind, so I thought, oh, this is gonna be somebody filming it on the in the carnival setting. No, it's not that, and it doesn't have a lot to do with the carnival even. It's mostly about the Carmichael Manor, the family of the Carmichael Manor, and I think they wanted to explain more about the Carmichaels. But like I said, the movie, it's like it didn't know what it wanted to be, and what the hell is it with that curse and the lineage thing? It's lazy, in my opinion, that they go for a lineage thing. That everybody's now cursed. Okay, I went in the Abaddon Hotel. I'm cursed. Okay, I'm gonna die. And that's something we all seen before in a movie, one way or another. So, no, I'm really giving this movie a 3.5. It's a really big disappointment. Is there something good about this movie? I would say you have some creepy, jump scary moments utilizing the clown, but acting is not good. Like I said, the actress who plays Vanessa Shepard was better in Lake of Fire than in this movie. In this movie, okay, she's in Lake of Fire. She's not a PTSD case, but in this movie she is. But she plays it so over the top, like she's like drugged all the time. She's going like, she sees the clown multiple places in daylight on the street, and she says, "Fuck off." And just, in this tone, right? Even when she's scared, she's like, "Ah, ah." I mean, oh Jesus Christ. Nobody, even people who die, they don't act frightened. They're just like, oh. It's not a good movie. It's really a bad movie, and I won't. I if you want to see it, you have to see the complete. You have to basically commit yourself seeing the complete franchise from the first one to the fourth one. Although they don't really mention anything about the first and the second one. It's a little bit about the Lake of Fire, and then mostly of the Carmichael Manor. They do mention a few things of the first one and the second one, but not a lot. Not a lot. But you have to see all of them, yeah, to kind of follow this one, and it's then a disappointment, yeah. So that being said, like I said, 3.5, and I'm being generous here. It's disappoint. I'm disappointed, for so disappointed. So yeah, sorry about that, Stephen Cognetti. I think you're an idiot. Ending this franchise with a conventional movie where you didn't know what to do with, and you wanted to make something intriguing or whatever, but it's not your style. And if he's not a good director, to be honest. No, not in conventional movies. No, he's not a good director. So making that movie he was good in found footage, but it's like Eduardo Sanchez, and Dan was Daniel Merrick is the guys from the Blair Witch Project. They make good found footage movies. Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're good in conventional movies. Now I understand you want to try something outside your niche, but if you see it doesn't work because the Park Lane movie didn't wasn't received that well, why would you end your best franchise on a downer? It's beyond me. So okay, so yeah, hellhouse LLC lineage, see for yourself, but if, like I said, especially if you're a fan, you're gonna be disappointed, really disappointed in my opinion. Especially if you like found footage movie, this format was good in found footage, and then they make a conventional shit show about this movie. It's like they didn't know what to do with Vanessa. It's like these Stephen Cognetti was having a whiteboard and all these ideas and throwing shit pellets at the whiteboard and see which sticks, and then the one that sticks, oh, let's go with that idea. Jesus fucking Christ. No, no, no. So sorry, I can't give it a recommendation, but hey, it's your choice. I'm not gonna spoil the movie, so give it a watch if you're curious. Okay. See you later. Bye bye.